How long have you been working as a police officer?
Only 2 years, sir, but the time passes pretty fast.
Yes, I've already noticed one never gets bored in here.
Well, sometimes it is exciting. The harbour attracts various shady fellows who like to cause trouble. You're probably used to more peaceful places, aren't you, sir?
That's true. I served in the countryside for 3 years.
Really, sir? I'd bite your hand off for that job, sir. Nobody could ever get me back to Plymouth. Why did you leave, sir?
I'm sorry, but I'd rather keep some details for myself, at least for now. Father Mulcahy?
Yes, who are you?
I'm Detective Sergeant Briscoe.
You are with the police, but I explicitly requested Inspector Lockley.
I'm sorry, but he retired recently. I am his successor.
Ah, well, I suppose it cannot be helped.
How can I help?
This is a rather sensitive matter. Do you have a warrant card?
It's a bit awkward, but this is my first day on duty. I haven't sorted all the formalities yet.
How can I be sure you are not a journalist?
You know, there is Sergeant Carter, my attendant, guarding the main gate. I can call him in if it satisfies you.
That will not be necessary, Detective. I will trust you under such circumstances. Let your attendant keep guarding, and would you please follow me?
This is it? A single broken door?
Of course. What did you expect? This is where the gentry are laid to rest, Detective. Some of these tombs have been standing here for hundreds of years. Such an event can seriously damage the reputation of our church.
I apologize. When did you notice it?
This morning, I was looking for Mr. Talbot, the gravedigger. He likes to drink from time to time, and then he usually falls asleep among the graves, which reminds me I still have to find him. I was searching his favorite places when I found this desecration.
All right, it would be better if you could bring him here. He might know something more. I'll take a look inside in the meanwhile.
Please, Detective, you cannot do that.
Do I need permission?
No, but I cannot allow such a sacrilege. Please give me your word.
I'm sorry, but I cannot.
I'm going to look for Mr. Talbot now, and I will pray you do not make any errors, Detective.
It's obvious he cares about the church. Or is there something else? We'll see. Interesting. The tomb right next to this one is undamaged. I won't get inside without the key, and so far I do not plan to. Something's wrong here. They must have used great strength to force the door. Maybe they weren't interested in the tomb itself. Maybe they just wanted to get in. I hope Father Mulcahy will understand I really need to enter. Everything seems to be all right at first glance. I thought someone had robbed the place. At least that would explain the forced door.
Detective Briscoe! You must see this! Detective Briscoe! Ah, there you are. Something terrible has happened. You have to see.
Calm down and tell me what is going on.
I can't. I'll show you. Please just follow me. Quickly. Look at this. Such a disaster.
Do you know who he was?
Mr. Talbot, the gravedigger.
How many people are there in your staff?
Only the two of us were left. Dear Lord, what shall I do now?
Did you move the body?
No, I ran to you immediately.
Father Mulcahy, I have to ask you to leave the crime scene. This is nothing for your eyes.
You are right. It would be better.
I can imagine how difficult it must be for you, but please, stay somewhere nearby.
I will be at your disposal, Detective. You know, although he was not a particularly humble servant, he did not deserve such an end. God bless his soul.
I hope Carter's still at the gate. Nobody must see this. What's this? Probably a bottle. Father Mulcahy was right. Mr. Talbot was fond of drinking, but it has nothing to do with his death. He has nothing else with him. I've already seen several cutthroats, but none of them looked quite so repulsive. If I'd found him in the forest, I would think he had been torn up by bears. But here... he has nothing else with him. Except the usual occupiers. No other corpses. Pretty comforting discovery. I'm not going to touch it. I might destroy possible leads. Being in the murderer's shoes, I would go and wash myself. He might have left some evidence there. The murderer must have been covered in blood, but I can't see any solid evidence. He certainly didn't touch the pump. Another corpse. How many more will there be? A broken spine. Someone jumped on him from a great height. He must have died very slowly. I can't see any signs of a struggle. That is strange. The ground is too hard. There are no footprints. Pity. No blood, no hair, no pieces of skin, nothing. Somebody killed the dog with their bare hands and didn't break a sweat. Is it possible the dog killed the gravedigger? No, it couldn't get so far with a broken spine. It has something in its teeth. I can't pull it out. An interesting catch. I'll make some notes. I'll have enough time to examine it later. If it hadn't been here, it would have been much more difficult to climb up the wall. I don't want to get my clothes dirty. One doesn't have to be a great sportsman to climb up that. Sometimes even the slightest detail can be important, but I can't see anything. No traces of blood. Pity. I was hoping the murderer had injured himself, but it doesn't look like it. Most of them are well cared for. Surely many people come here every day. Doesn't seem like someone would loot this place. The attack was aimed only at one particular tomb, that's obvious. Strange. It's as if it was still waiting for its owner. Why would they put an empty coffin here? Maybe I just don't understand local customs. He is completely cold. No, nobody has used it for ages. There isn't enough light. I can't read anything. Sergeant, I'll need your help. I want you to prevent anybody from entering the graveyard.
Of course, sir.
We have a murder here. I don't want anybody to be blundering around.
Wouldn't it be better if I ran to the station, sir?
No, it would not. You will not move an inch from the gate.
Excuse me, sir, but I think...
You personally guarantee that nobody will get to the cemetery. Do you understand?
As you wish, sir. You are the detective, sir.
The best thing I can do is report the incident myself, and the sooner the better. At least I can try out the office telephone.